welcome back to the channel. My name is Grant Parker and welcome to the studio. Actually home today, had a good day being able to kind of have some heads down work, focus on goals. Wanted to get those reported out here and go through a few other things in the time today. Goals are a little different for me this year. I've been tasked with leading the Quality Engineering Center of Excellence for the Operator Technology Solutions team, and part of that is casting the vision and establishing like strategies and where we want to go for the year. So I've broken out goals into kind of two areas. One is the big bucket goals for the Center of Excellence, and those are to document QE principles and test patterns and communicate those. That would be the other piece I would add to that. Increase observability and metrics just across the board. Focus on business value and developer experience. And the last one, an enablement focused education. The first one, dive into just a little bit. Document QE principles and test patterns repository. So a two-parter, but really want to establish what are the QE principles for the year in place of having like a rigid process or even just documented process that we say, no, you have to do this. There may be those things that arise, but they haven't so far. We haven't had a mandate that comes down and is like, we have to do this for quality engineering. Probably because we haven't found really great things, and so that's some discovery. But documenting those QE principles, getting those out, propagated across OTS, but then other teams as well. And then the test patterns repository is around being better at documenting the existing patterns that we have that have worked well for teams. Because we have a lot of things that work well. We're just not great about documenting those to then be able to sell others on, hey, this has worked well for this team. Can y'all try or adapt some piece of this pattern or process? So key deliverables on those are yet to be defined, but I'll just keep going into the other sections. Increase observability and metrics. We haven't been historically good at metrics and observability. Some teams have done it well. There again, that goes back to the test patterns. Like, how can we get better at propagating that and communicating those? So a lot of work to do there, a lot of work to define, I think, is also a key piece. Third one is focus on business value and developer experience. We want to make sure that all of our quality initiatives are focusing on business value. They're not just testing initiatives for testing's sake, or just to check a box and say, hey, we tested this. That's not the quality mindset we want to have as an org. And so just trying to shift to that business value focused testing. But then also keeping in mind the developer experience. Like, those shouldn't be in conflict. The business value and developer experience shouldn't be in this massive conflict. Like, we don't want to add an hour to every PR just because we run these tests. No, like, it should be serving a purpose. Moving on to the last one. I know I'm running long here, but enablement focused education. We're really trying to position our quality engineering group as an enablement function, not a roadblock or gate or even just a staffing pattern. We want to be that enablement area and propagate those best patterns and what are the test architectures that we've seen work well for other teams. We have a lot of work to shift mindsets on how people have interacted with quality engineers in the past. And so that's part of what the journey is going to be. Those are the 4 big buckets for the Center of Excellence. The goals that I've set for the year are a team or pod goal. I've got 2. One is to steward the app that we've been working on piloting all the way through to production, establishing a clear lead within my current domain so that I can rely on that person as I pull up more into the leading the Center of Excellence. Some project specific goals. I'm thinking of the Center of Excellence as my product/project goal, because I think we can have so much of an impact across our IT organization if we can get it right. It just takes having that dedicated focus and really communicating the value that we can add well, finding those ways that we can do that. Storytelling, but I'll get to that in a minute. The QE COE goals I've outlined. The goal that I put for myself, though, is to partner with the two other peers that I have within this space to really iron out everything together. So it's because it shouldn't just be me. The decisions impact them too. So I want their input and feedback. Influence. I started up the Quality Engineering Guild last year, and I've been leading that since. We've had monthly meetings and just want to keep that up, but continue to also grow that influence, hopefully get some people outside of quality engineering to attend those meetings to see or peel back the veil of ignorance on quality. Growth and development. I want to grow my storytelling muscle. I think that goes in line with the kind of selling muscle as well. We need to be better about selling why teams should approach quality the way that we're proposing. I've got a talk that I'm prepping around some of Daniel Pink's work around like we're all in sales. I'll probably post that on this channel as well. That'll round out my goals for kind of work for the year. Personal goals are still floating. One of them is the Etsy sales goal of 365. I don't know how committed I am to that one still. We'll see. I know that my work is going to be a lot more taxing this year, so I don't know if I'll keep up the Etsy sales as much. I think I might flip to really just sharing my designs a little bit more. I might list the STLs for sale, but I'm having trouble justifying the amount of time that it takes to 3D print, process, and get all of those orders out the door. I'm not shutting the shop down by any means, and I may feel differently in a month. But looking at what the year is going to look like from a work standpoint, I'm always going to prioritize health, family, work, my creative endeavors. That's the priority order. Without health, you can't take care of the other three. So I do try and prioritize that as much as possible. I might dive into that more in another video. That's going to be a wrap for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and catch you in the next one.